Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Insight Spurs. Happy Saturday morning. I hope everyone is okay. Hope everyone's all right, and hope everyone is looking forward to a good weekend. Obviously, in this video, as you can tell by the thumbnail, by the title, we'll be talking about the Tomori situation, how Spurs could be on the verge of being rejected by the second player in a row. We'll be talking about the news that we've inquired into Axel Disasi from Chelsea. We'll be talking about Garnacho. We'll be talking about Dibbling, Nkunku, McAtee, Rashford, and ironically Marcus Edwards, because that's just been a bit of breaking news on there, but not about Spurs signing him, so don't worry. What a weird 48 hours. I think 48 hours would go, look, we're going to try and spend nearly 60 million euros. We're going to try and bring in Matisse Tell. And it's now like, can we sign anyone? Does anyone want to be here? Let's sort of let's bring out the first bit of information, because this is crucial. So Romano saying that Tottenham internally feel that Radu Dragic's knee injury could be serious. At least one and eventually two centre-backs will be joining in the final days. Which is kind of, it's just, I feel for him. I really, really feel for him, because he's really coming at Spurs where it's like a really difficult time. He's played through a lot of injuries. He's a guy that pretty much probably hasn't had the season that he would have wanted, right? And in turn, I don't think Spurs would have had the season they wanted as well. But obviously, this now, then, I forgot to say my good morning. Sonia, Paul, Spurs, Boy from Lates, Jazz, Hansi, Bazza, Glenn, Philip, Steve, Venturous Goaltender, Seabay, how are we all? He's just, it's been a really rough season for him, So it is what it is. It is what it is on these side of things. And again, like I said, I still feel for him. I just feel for him. That's all I'm going to say about that. So, talking about then Tomori, Luca Bendoni, who works for DiMarzio, saying that Fikayo Tomori wants to stay at AC Milan. He has not accepted a move to Tottenham at this stage. He's focused on Sunday's derby match against Inter. Well, let's be real then. Let's be real. Move on. Not to say that I don't. Not to say that I don't want Tomori, but also at the same point, you have to kind of look at it and go, Sunday, really? We're going to be 2nd February. That's near enough. By the time, what time's their game? 5 o'clock tomorrow. So by the time that game's done, it's probably about 7:15, right? He's not going to make any decisions on his future till after probably the next day. So you're talking about the 3rd of February, and then you're going, we need to sign him. He doesn't want to leave now. Oh, okay, great. Now we're panicking. My irony to that is we are absolutely already panicking. This is not a deal that if we weren't to get, we weren't going to panic. We're still panicking, and it's just typical. You have Johan Lang. He works in silence. Nothing he does is loud. Everything's in silence, and he's crapped the bed so many times this month. At least with Paratici, it was loud, but Paratici would get the majority of the deals done. Johan Lang, as soon as someone hears about it, other clubs go, all right, well, he's useless. We'll get this player because he hasn't got a clue what he's doing. You got Daniel Levy flying to places for people just to reject him to his face. The thing is, no one wants to join a club who I think the lazy thing people say is no one wants to join that club because the owner is not liked. That's irrelevant, to be honest, in football. Money talks. Football's irrelevant when at kinds of these things, Look at Man United. The fans hate Glazers. They still sign players, And why they still sign players? Because they spent money on wages. It's not anything to do. I saw Matisse tell he wasn't sure if he was going to get regular first team football. It's like, so you're going to get first team football ahead of Man United? So no, it's not. It's nothing to do with that. What he wanted was a 6-month loan to return to Bayern, and Spurs want to get him in permanently, or have a loan with an obligation, and he didn't want that. That's really the crux of it. The other thing is as well, it's if you don't spend money on wages, you don't attract players. It's simple as that. It's absolutely there's nothing else. There's nothing, or it could be this, or it could be no. It's you don't spend money on wages, players don't want to join. There is no other answer. That is the answer. If you were to go and get, think of Tell's situation, you can get him on a 6-month loan deal, but Spurs didn't want to do that, right? Because that requires them to do work in the summer to sign another attacker. They wanted to get it done now so they can forget about it. Think of Tomori. If you were to lump down loads of money on his wages, he'd join. We don't want to do that. We go, so you're on like 75 grand a week. How about 76 grand a week? It's like, well, dude, if I'm gonna get a move to you, I want to get some money in there. And it's just typical, So let's talk about Disasi. Axel Disasi has been approached by Tottenham as they're insisting for a new centre-back. Disasi already agreed personal terms with Aston Villa, and he's now expected to make a decision soon. It's up to the player. And that's come from Fabrizio Romano again. And, I mean, it's just desperation. It's just desperation. I'm buzzing, by the way. I'm buzzing to hear Daniel Levy twerk about, oh, look at our revenue. It's our groundbreaking revenue. And you Johan Lang going, yeah, we work in this weird data system, and we do this and this and this. And it's like, Johan, you're crap at your job. Just a FYI, data or not, the data proves you're crap at your job. And Baldy, you're also awful as well. It's what I don't get is this move really makes no sense. It really makes no sense. Does not suit our style of play. But it's like you've waited to February 1st. People do a dry January. People can start having drinking beers if they were doing dry January today. And you've waited this long to start making moves. And then every move that you make now is allowed. Everyone knows about your moves. So this whole we work stealthily, we work in silence, Johan Lang moniker that he adopts, it's absolute crap. It's absolute crap. We're not working in silence. We're not doing anything like that. He and Levy have failed this window. They have failed this window. Hands down, both of them. And people only want to put it on Levy. Trust me, it's not all Levy. It isn't. There's more than one cook to make this window what it has been. Graham Bailey put in saying that well, that's irrelevant. This bit. Spurs are also trying to hijack Axel Disasi's potential move to Aston Villa. Player insisted Chelsea he wanted Villa switch. Spurs are trying to convince him to move to North London. Can you imagine that? You're trying to convince a fella to come and join us when he's not even wanted. He's not even wanted at his own club. They brought back Chalobah because they didn't want him. What the? Ben Jacobs. Spurs could turn to Axel Disasi as talks with Fikayo Tomori yet to result in a club or player agreement. Disasi has come under late window considerations. Disasi has agreed terms to Aston Villa, but the loan is yet to be finalised. Villa is also pushing for Marcus Rashford on loan now. You've got Villa who make so much less money than us. You got so much less money than us when it comes to revenue. Really going for it. And I really respect it. They're trying. They want to become, regulars in, top 4, top 5 football. They're going for it. We, on the other hand, have reduced our wage bill so much and we still expect the same results as last year, if not better. And it's like, you can't really sit there and think no football fan should sit. I was sitting there at the start of the season. I thought, look, I want to try and get top 4, obviously. But you could see that this was going to come. Anyone that sat there and think, why are we not in the top 4? It's like, I could probably give you quite a few good reasons why we're not in the top 4. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Exactly. I agree with you. Tony, you can not like Postecoglou, mate, but I think the real issue, mate, is actually higher ups, because all those players in that club want to play for him, and all of them have come out against the higher ups personally. But It's what I've read, at least. Maybe you haven't read that. I don't know. If you want to sit back in the Van Ven molds, yeah. Problem is, mate. Problem is, it's like we all sit here as fans and go, they could look at this style of player. They could look at that style of player. They're not going to. If I'm really honest, they're not going to. They're looking at the most obvious solutions because they're sitting there in their face, but they're not the right style of player. But they're going, we have to get someone. You know, Ange must be going 4.5 weeks, lads. 4.5 weeks. This is beyond bottom of the barrel. The bottom of the barrel, we went past a long time ago. We are so far down into the earth, trying to pull out things, you know. Yeah, that's right, Gibbo. Solanke and 5 teenagers in summer window, apparently. Yeah. It's embarrassing, really. Turned down by Tails, Tomori, and now the Rolling Stones. Yeah, the Rolling Stones turned us down as well. Could you believe that? That's probably Ange's fault. No, in our fans, that's Ange's fault. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Rolling Stones turned us down. Ange's fault. Trying to get Disasi shows where we are as a club. Yeah. Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Right, moving on. Because we've still got a lot to talk about. So, yeah, just because quite a few of you have mentioned, it's exclusive that Burnley are in advanced talks to sign Marcus Edwards from Sporting as negotiations are at their final stages. So, knowing Spurs can't sign anyone, at least Spurs are going to make some money out of this deal. Hey, that's what we all wanted as Spurs fans. You know, it's just bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers that we can't sign anyone, but Spurs will still come out of this window making money due to the Marcus Edwards deal. So you're not aware, Mark, we had a 35% sell-on clause on the Marcus Edwards deal. So there you go. I understand Tell had agreed personal terms. What changed on the weekend? Don't know, mate. He probably woke up and smelt the roses. Quick question, Andy. If Spurs get relegated, we won't be getting relegated, Milton. Don't worry, bud. Don't worry about that. Why didn't we recall anyone from loan? Because that's not the answer, Madara. What we should be able to do is buy players. We shouldn't need to recall the 18, 19-year-olds from loan, you know? Will Lancashire has gone on loan to West Brom. Forgot I was going to mention that and I hadn't. We might as well just bring him back now as well. Bring out Lancashire, you know? Oh, yes, all right. I know you've been on loan for 3 days, but it's all right. You come on back. We need you. Because we can't sign an attacker. It's like, what's happened with Dibbling? What has happened with Dibbling? It's gone absolutely radio silent for it being such a loud deal. It's now gone radio silent. You know? It's ridiculous. Edwards be okay for us. Well, Martin, I mean, Burnley are probably what? 8 positions lower than us in theory? They're about 8 or 9 positions lower than us. So, yeah, probably could do us for a job, couldn't they? You know? Will they spend the Marcus Edwards money? No, they won't. So, to give you an idea, they are only doing deals with clubs that owe them money. Tomori, Emerson Royale, Matisse Tell, Harry Kane. This is not fresh money. This isn't money that they're spending. This is money that they're owed that they can just cancel out. That's all. That's all. Dave Scarlett is our striker signing. Yeah, and Jai is our right winger signing. Right, moving on to a little bit of Garnacho news. Simon Jones to the Mail Sports sent Spurs have made an inquiry for Garnacho after Tell had turned them down. Now, obviously, Man United, I believe, need to move off of Rashford or Garnacho, which I think by the looks of things, it's more likely to be Rashford, obviously with Villa and their loan situation. We're not getting Garnacho. What? Why would he, like in reality, right? This is a different one for me. Normally, I'd say, why would he leave for us? Garnacho's a United boy, so unless he was leaving for someone who's going to pay him crazy good wages, like a Chelsea, or you know, in Chelsea's case, they're fighting for top 4 at the moment. Neither Man United or Spurs are anywhere near it. Why? He's not coming to Spurs. He's cup tied in the cup competitions as well, so he's not going to do that. So this one makes really no real sense. And this is for me, this isn't even a we're trying to sign Garnacho. For me, I think this is a PR spin move. We want to show that we're active. We're trying to get these players in. Look at the names we were after. We're never going to sign these players. This is PR spin. I think really right now, I think Levy and Lang right now are panicking because they know really now their heads are on the chopping block because you've got the crowds, you've got protests, you've got a lot of people really, really, really angry with the higher ups, and Lang is included. Lang is included. It's not just Levy, and nor should it just be Levy. Lang should be included as well. And they're going, we need to sign players. We need to look like we're really trying because then that'll buy a few fans on side. Won't buy them all, but it'll buy them a few on side. And then what we'll do, we'll sign one guy on a loan deal, and then maybe we'll get someone for the summer, and that will buy everyone back on side again. And it's like, yeah, I mean, it might buy the people that really don't care enough, but it's not going to buy you any Spurs fan with any real ability to sift through information. You're not going to buy anyone on side. We are in talks FC. We try FC. We're probing FC. Oh no, we're monitoring FC. Monitoring FC is my favorite one. We're monitoring FC. We need Don Fabs. Yeah, Fabio needs to come back. The guy would have got so many of these deals done easily. But there's talks that Dragic might miss the rest of the season. Oh, I feel for him. I heard that Southampton want Tyrese Hall for Dibbling deal. Will they? We'll see. Ironically, this is the part of the Ange magic. The fans have decided he is too honest to blame at this point. No, I think Ange has some blame for some things, but also Ange can't control transfer dealings. Ange can't go to Daniel Levy. Daniel, you need to actually spend something on wages, and Daniel going, no, I don't. I don't want to. I like the money being saved so I can put it in my pocket. Thank you. Santiago Jimenez, Concrete FC. I love that. Concrete Interest FC. Inquiring FC. I love that one as well. To dare is to probe. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. So there's that on Garnacho. Still got more. Supposedly the Garnacho was over a loan deal. Obviously talks have not progressed. Shocking the deal has not progressed. I am blown away why the deal hasn't progressed. Asked to be informed FC, approached FC. Inquiring FC. Loan with an option to buy FC. Thing is, I get why people want your Phillips back or they want people like that back, but this is the thing. It's my thing is, I get what you're saying, but that's not to the benefit of their long-term development. And we should be looking to help us now and letting them still develop out on loan. That's what we should be doing. If we're calling those players back, it means we can't sign players because we're so inept at it. Money in Levy's pocket is worth two in the net. Hey, absolutely. Teen FC, Interest FC, no wages FC. Yeah, I know, right? Jesus Christ. Franchise wages FC. Oh, this is an absolutely bogus report. Graham Bailey saying Tottenham have enquiries for Garnacho, Dibbling, McAtee, and Nkunku in the last 24 hours. Well, McAtee has come out and it's been said yesterday that he's staying at Manchester City after Leverkusen tried to sign him. Nkunku, Chelsea want something close to about 60, 70 million, something like that. So we're not signing him. Garnacho, that's a loan situation. We're not progressing with that. And Dibbling is the only one you might get. And I doubt Southampton are going to want to play ball. So in reality, none of those players are going to sign for us. Let's be real. None of them are going to sign for us. Sorry, 1 minute. I was something else I want to talk about. Soddle FC, Interest FC, Phonebook FC. None of these players should suit us. Reject FC. Yeah, you guys are on it today. Fair play. I mean, Matt Law saying that Tottenham's last-minute desperation in the window has complicated the negotiating position in talks for defenders such as Axel Disasi. Look at that. I love that. Spurs have gone, oh, crap, we need to sign players. And then the club's going, oh, you need to sign players, do you? Oh, well, You probably need to pay more of their wages. And Spurs going, crap, paying wages is our worst nightmare. No. I'm not interested, mate, FC. Imagine if Bakayoko ends up at Newcastle. I don't think he'll move this window, to be honest. Tomori is perfect. Is there any players in the link to the Chinese league? No, I don't think so. Reject FC. Levy heads off FC. Complicated FC. Where we are as a club hurts, but it's needed for change. Levy needs to have as much pressure on it as possible. His pressing happens every window. Levy is messing this club up so much that fans are starting to resent the club. Well, the fans aren't resenting the club. The fans are resenting the higher ups because you listen to the fans in the stadium. You listen to fans. You listen to the fans that are not those. You always have them in every club. The really over the top fans. If you don't listen to them, you listen to the fans who critique losses, they celebrate wins, right? Because the people that are miserable 24/7 never celebrate a win. They'll always find a flaw in it, and they think they're a better fan than you because they're trying to find perfection when perfection doesn't exist. If you really listen to it, they're backing the team. They're backing the club, right? In that regard, they back the name of the club. They don't back the person who runs the club. It's like if you think of a great example, Newcastle of Mike Ashley. So before the Saudis came in, they had Mike Ashley in charge. They hated Mike Ashley. They booed Mike Ashley. They sung his name negatively pretty much every game until the point that he couldn't take any more. He wanted out. They still supported the club. They still support the players on the pitch. So it's really we're not supporting the ones that are running the club, but you still support the name. That's all. Costco FC. Good lord. Lands is straight to the planet at all. Death Panic at Club. Levy employed this for, and I know we will end up signing one. I called it weeks ago. Today is to twiddle our thumbs. That's not bad. That's not a bad one. I like it. We're coming up with puns here. It's so ridiculous. Tomori swats the deal away in less than 24 hours. Cherky going to Dortmund for 18 minutes. My God. Yeah, the fact we aren't going for Cherky. People saying that is there a attitude issue? I don't know. Today is too little. Imagine thinking that Levy will help if he makes a visit. Yeah. Thinking it was like Stone Cold Steve Austin coming to save people, and there's no chance. Is it weird that our scouting doesn't scout? No, they don't. They look on Twitter, mate. They look on Twitter and go, Aston Villa want Axel Disasi. Should we do that? Let's inquire. The higher ups are the club until they go. That's fair enough. Levy is weird looking. Today it too did. I don't know. Subamendi. That's definitely not happening. The backroom boys. The change that would baffle me is we do recent signings in the dark and suddenly share an actual room in the room conversations of negotiating. Still so much misinformation people jumping on and running with. Levy's creepy FC. Levy's much bigger than Mike Ashley. No, it's not. It was a comparison. You're never going to get the set. I mean, look, the Glazers are bigger than Levy. There you go. I use them as an example. I use them as an example. So don't think I'm being literal with things that I say at times. And why wait till the window open? Then actually inquire when interest can be maintained. Then deals can be straight away done when window opens. Yeah, there was no planning for this window, evidently, because yes, you can't sign anyone on December 31st. You can sign players on January 1st, but you could be having conversations leading into it. Absolutely. What's happened to that? Nothing. AC Milan wants to sell Tomori because they want a new centre back, but he doesn't want to leave. Guess we'll end up with some unknown kid. If we're lucky, it'll be me. I'll be playing centre back. Tadarius do nothing with this window, and yet we paid Werner's wages because it was easy. It's an easy deal. That's what they looked at. It's an easy deal where you basically have had a player for a year and a half where all you've done is pay his wages. You've not paid a fee for him. So that's why it's a cheaper deal. Yes, his wages aren't cheap, but when you factor in you don't have to pay a transfer fee, the deal's quite cheap. If we, the fans, feel this way, imagine how the players feel. Well, the players have been vocal. Cooley's been vocal. Son's been vocal. Madison's been vocal. Romero's been vocal. Lots of players out there who overrate themselves, wanted to go to clubs in the Champions League before they even prove themselves worthy of the level. Let's pretend all these potential signings are smoke screens. Yeah. Prime Lionel Messi's walking through the front door. No, I'm just looking at a few things. Right, looking at there's nothing going on now. But yeah, I mean, you got to factor in. I mean, we factor in. We got rejected by Tell. We got rejected by. Well, we haven't been rejected by Tomori. He hasn't made a decision. He wants to make a decision after the Milan derby tomorrow, which by that point it'll be too late. We need to be doing something now. You got to factor in. We also got rejected by Kalamwani. We've been getting rejected for a couple of weeks as well. This isn't brand new. These last 2 days hasn't been brand new to us. Middle of the month, we had a player reject us to go play for a team who plays some of the worst football going, and all they do is 0-0s. You'd rather that, which all power to you. It's your career. I'm not gonna slag you off for it. We need to be sort of aware of ourselves. The higher ups have killed this reputation of the club. Absolutely killed it. And also, Daniel Levy has made so many enemies in football when it comes to negotiating. I'm not surprised people don't want to be speaking to him, It's going to be really toxic second half of the season. I expect a lot of protests. February 16th, that's the first one to come. Levy's in panic mode. His cash cow is in danger of being out of the league. Well, he knows we won't be. Where's Cardoso? In Spain. We've contracted Tamworth over the centre-back who did the roulette. We tried FC. Tell Tomori, if this is the best the club, the best they can do, I guess I can be a top scout too. I feel like they watched this channel because I talked about Tomori. I was like, Spurs should be all over this deal. And that was about 3 weeks ago. So they watched this channel and went, Tomori. Let's Tomori. But let's do it in like 2 weeks' time. Let's not look like we're keen too much, right? Let's play hard to get. The plan is all along to have no plan. Kulu walked straight down the tunnel at full time versus Leicester. Seriously pissed. Yeah. Well, and then in the week he came out and he was backing Ange and slagging off the higher ups in the press conference, wasn't he? Levy's getting more ejection than me. Cold. That's what I'm saying. Levy is damaging the club beyond repair. Players won't come. Levy needs to be removed. The window, we got one yes and F all after that. Where's do you mean Enquiries? He's in Lisbon. Levy's proposal was in terms of wages, we have no wages. Start, panic, buy. We're officially the Premier League banter club now. The only positive is that hope it hastens the end of Levy and Ennick. Well, you would have to think, unless they're going to spend stupid money on wages for players who are not very good, you would have to say this is definitely going to be speeding things up. Not a destination club for sure. Need a striker. How embarrassing our club to have 2 chances turned down. Three. Well, 2 at the moment. Soon to be 3, Mick. The only players that would come to us are Div 1, Div 2, and non-league players. Levy would want to haggle the price. Bomber Brian Hill to Tottenham. This is going downhill. I can't really get on the boards back though. Ange, the players are responsible for the current league position. What player in their right mind would join them? Okay, we got a Levy in. We got a Levy fan. Nice. At this point, bring back Brian Hill. Brian's been quite good to be fair. Well, I'm not going to slag him off. Brian's been actually really good out in Spain. But yeah, I'm not Twitter, just praying that Spurs have got a little bit of good news, and every time it's just not good news, Big stadium though, yeah, that's the new signing. It's the big stadium. Also, the F1 go kart underneath the stadium, the hotel that's coming. Yeah, that's all, isn't it? Morning, Philip. How are you, my friend? Why are Spurs fans giving Ange and these players a pass? They're not. They're not giving the players a pass. But we can use your exact statement back against you. Why are you giving Levy a pass? Love to see an answer for that, Chief. No, it's the hotel. That winger at Tamworth that had the better of Poro going cheap on cheap. He's at Zara. He's at Zara. What? He's probably on about 12 quid an hour. Levy would go, so I know minimum wage is about 12 quid an hour. I want to pay you about £10 an hour. And he's like, well, by law, you can't, Daniel. It's like, yeah, but how about £10 an hour, right? And once a month, you can do a little skywalk. How about that? I have no hopes the next summer window either. Well, you can fix the summer window. You can. If you win something, that fixes a lot of situations, right? But you also still have to pay the wages, regardless of winning trophies or not. You have to pay wages, and that's I can't stress enough. That is the prime issue with this. It's not about league position. It's not about injuries. It's not about playtime. It's about, are you going to pay me wages that are good enough? Because at the end of the day, we are talking about players here. We talk about Romero. We talk about Son, Dane Scarlett, Ajayi, Madison. At the end of the day, this is their job. You have a job that you do Monday to Friday. You want to get paid as much as you want to get paid, right? Same for them. Even though they're on really great money, they have a 10 to 15 year window, really, in and around that. They want to make as much money as possible, as well as win things. So, is Tomori definitely off? Not definitely off, no. He hasn't made a decision. He wants to make a decision after Milan Inter. My mic. Oh, hang on. Right, yeah. For some reason, my mic decided to just go, actually, we don't want you to be as loud as you are. I'm just going to dip that. The ego of Levy right now. It's in the bin. Sleepwalking into relegation. Sky Wars week. I'm not giving Levy in the board a pass. I'm Levy out, and Nick out, Ange out. I can see they're trying to make moves. You're not picking up on the tea leaves, buds. I'm sorry. I mentioned it earlier. I haven't got really energy to go back through it again. These are not making. This is desperation moves. It shouldn't have taken 4.5 weeks to start making moves. Is it still bad? All right, it keeps dropping. Right, I'm just going to keep it on my screen. It's done a hamstring, isn't it? My mic's done a hamstring. Right. Yeah, I'll just keep it. I'll keep the thing on my screen, and I'll keep adjusting it when necessary. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, the club have failed. Simple as that. Now, they could still go out there and sign prime Cristiano Ronaldo, and I'm still going to say it's a failure because it shouldn't have taken this long. You know, even my mic's had enough of me talking about how much we all don't like Daniel Levy, eh? But yeah, look, let's see what happens. The weekend, it's a weird old place when it comes to football. See, the Premier League starts in less than an hour now, so we'll see what happens there. I think it's Forest Brighton. Should be a decent little game, that. Obviously, we are playing at 2:00 Sunday, so last-minute thoughts for that game will be tomorrow morning. We will go live at any point today if something good or breaking happens when it comes to Tottenham transfers. So keep yourselves on the swivel, keep yourselves alert, and we'll see how we go from there. Anyway, take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your days, and I'll speak to you all soon. Peace.